guys, it's Jen here doing my third in my lifted series. Today I am lifting a layout done by Irit, who is on the design team at Hip Kit Club. And she did this layout recently using the May kit. And this was a kit that, it's a lovely kit, but it just was colors and patterns that are not my typical, and I was struggling with them quite a bit. And when I watched her video, which I will link below, I was just immediately on the floor cutting up papers from that kit, and I actually had to stop myself and say, hello, this is obviously a lifted video layout. So I got off the floor and brought my stuff over to my desk, which I had to clean off. So reason I was on the floor is I'm in the middle of a big purge, and so my desk was covered in junk. And I started working on this. I don't know if you notice here, and I could just not say anything and probably you wouldn't notice, really screwed up cutting that background paper. I wanted to use both sides of it. I wanted the blue and I wanted this sort of speckles, which has all the colors that are in those that striped paper. And that's okay though. I fix it by moving those stripes around creatively so that you cannot tell I really screwed it up. But anyways, so yes, I am doing this series, or this one in this series, in collaboration with Christy, who I will also link up below. I let her know which one I was doing next, and she also did her interpretation of it, which I think is really cool. We both looked at it different ways and took different things from the layout, and I think that really gives you a good idea about how differently people think about layouts, or all the different ways that you could use a layout to inspire you. So I think that's really great. So when you're finished here, please go and check her video out as well. So when I was watching Irit, I liked the basic design. So if you look at hers, you'll see the striped paper I just straight used. I liked how she had the strips and the one larger strip in the middle, the two photos that were overlapped. But I also really liked, while she was doing hers, she was kind of shopping around the words that came with the kit. So that awesome and the love that you see on there right now are from Chickenity, I believe. And they were all on one big sheet with a whole bunch of other words and some little shapes. And when she was moving them around, that kind of gave me the idea to put a bunch of different words on the page to sort of describe, you know, how I was feeling at the time, or, you know, about the photos. So another thing that I liked is she had painted her wood veneer. So these are phrases from Evalicious, and I actually did this on one of my last layout videos myself, but she had painted them really close in color to the stripe and the stripe paper that you see right there in the top right. And so I liked that idea because I felt it really made them pop. So I wanted to do the same. It's taking me a long time to mix this paint because unfortunately these acrylic paints I have here are super old, and I think it's time to admit they need to go. As part of my giant purge, I am now up to probably 4 pizza boxes, like, full of stuff, and which is awesome. I've actually sold 2 of them already, and hoping to sell the other 2 to some Canadian ladies, hopefully, because that just makes shipping so much easier. But anyways, purging is going well, and that makes me happy. So back to the layout. In the die cut pack that we got with this kit, which was Citrus Bliss, there was that giant ampersand, which is, I keep saying vellum. It's not vellum, it's like acetate, right? Is that right? Yeah, it's like see-through plasticky stuff. It's acetate, isn't it? I think it is. And it's not late. I have no excuse. I haven't had a drink or anything. I just totally blanking. Pretty sure it's acetate. Anyways, I really liked that. And I liked how it pulled some of the blue down to the bottom. And so I used that for part of my title. And this whole layout is around a challenge that had been on the Victoria Marie board recently. I think it was last weekend, and I meant to go and look. Sorry that I didn't. But it was about then and now. And I took this photo, the obviously more recent photo of my son, just like 2 weeks ago. And the photo had actually been showing my mom how my son had fit into this pair of jeans that my husband was getting rid of. But he made a funny face. I was like, no, let me take a picture of you. And he's like, oh, Mom, right? And I happened to have on the top of a stack of older photos of the same son who's almost 13 when he was 1, that photo of him there sitting on his little toy train making a goofy face because I was taking a picture of him. And that made me think that that would be a fun layout to make, a then and now layout about how he likes to make goofy faces when I take pictures. So that is how this whole layout came to be. You can see I scattered the wood veneer. I actually ended up having to paint that 3 times to get it kind of the color I wanted. But I also then scattered some words, and I'm going to actually put some more on shortly. Right now I'm looking at the journaling. I kept the journaling really basic, and I actually pulled out these tile alphas that came in the kit as well that I had not used. There was one paper in the kit that was this same blue, but I kept picking up more of that sort of pale blue that you can see in the stripe paper, and so I had not used these at all. So I didn't mind too much using a ton of them, as you can see. And yes, I stick them all on my arm. If you've ever watched any of my videos, you know I do that all the time. I don't know where I got started on that. But anyways, I use these for my journaling, and it's basically, I think it says, still making silly faces for the camera is what I did. So I'm just adjusting them a little bit. I put them on this Project Life card. This is Amy Tangerine +1 card that I got in a grab bag from National Scrapbook Day. I'm still using them. They just seem to keep working out. They're right up at the front of my bin that I keep my Project Life cards, and I keep seeing like the perfect one through the bin. So I just backed it on white cardstock as well to make it pop a little bit. And then I'm pulling up some more of those just to put the age. So I put age 12 and age 1 on the first photo there. And he's actually going to be 13 in a month and a half. I can't believe, for one, I can't believe I am old enough to have a teenager. But yeah, it's hard to believe. To me, it seems like he's closer to when he was 1 than to being 13. But alas, that is moms being in denial about how old their kids are. So I'm just adding some finishing touches. I pulled out a little puffy camera that I put on the Project Life card and a little heart. And then I pulled out another little heart. And then this is pink fresh out of my stash. And I'm putting these little puffy phrases on here as well. So I end up with 2 of the puffy phrases, 2 wood veneer, 2 die cuts, the happy and the XOXO, and then the 2 words from the Chickanity set, the love and the awesome. And I just have them sprinkled over the page, and I like how that turned out. And that was it for journaling too. I just kept it really simple. And there I just pulled out 2 enamel dots just to pull in a little bit more of that blue as well. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed. Please check out Irit's link below to see the page that I used for my inspiration. Bye!